Hello! In this video, I'm going to read you some extracts from my book, The Fictional Dictionary of Bad Language. Note, it's not the Dictionary of Fictional Bad Language, which would be cool, but would mean it was researched and had everyone else's invented swears in it. No, the Fictional Dictionary of Bad Language is a book of swears and insults I've made up myself. Some of them use actual English or other foreign words, and some of them are puns, and some of them are just words with no meanings that sound sweary. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Anfractuous verbal constellate. 1. Using a lot of words to say something simple, generally in such a way that makes the text impossible to read. 2. This dictionary. Anfractuous is a real word. It means winding or going around in circles, and constellate means to gather together in a cluster or group. Thus, this is a self-demonstrating description. BoJo, various spellings. See also BoJo. A mop-headed idiot that can't be trusted to use an imaginary yo-yo without adult supervision. Caboched Monkey. A general-purpose insult indicating that the person is unattractive. Particularly that they have a short neck and or body that is not noteworthy. Particularly applies to men with very large beards, so that all you can see is the face. When an heraldic animal is cabooched, it is shown full face without a neck or body. Example usage. He called the biker a caboched monkey. It did not go down very well. Charley Foxtrot. From the International Radiotelephony Spelling Alphabet for C and F. When multiple plans pile into each other and things go south, then the situation is beyond the commander's control, having gone to hell in a handbasket. The troops are now involved in a cluster, resulting in utter chaos, with no clear way out. If multiple such situations pile into each other, you have the rare and dreaded three-way Charley Foxtrot, in which case praying might be called for, swiftly followed by body bags. Divaricate truther. See also Trumpish. 1. A person who uses statistics in a way that does not wholly support the point they are making. 2. One whose use of facts is questionable at best. Divaricate means to stretch or spread apart. Drum thumper. A person who harps on about a subject long past the point where others have started to pray that the ground opens up and swallows them. Flinky dink. One whose dink is, allegedly, flinky. Foul-nosed gilly manderer. A person for whom you self-evidently have a strong dislike. Gadzukarist. One overly given to archaisms in everyday speech, thus asking for a very violent education in the common tongue, possibly also a foul-nosed gilly manderer. Generic chair filler. 1. A person of zero notable or distinctive attributes, whose sole function appears to be to occupy a seat and look busy. 2. A co-worker so unremarkable that you actually forget they exist when they leave the room. Illuminate the light bulb. When someone is said to have illuminated the light bulb, the suggestion is that they have cast light where none was needed. In other words, they have said the very obvious. Possibly they were mansplaining. See also lighting my bulb and light a candle for another. Don't. Janiform friend. 1. The kind of person who is only your friend while in your company, but is likely to betray you at a later date. If you're lucky, they may wait until you leave before they stick the knife in. 2. The kind of friend that you can rely on to be an entirely different person around a certain company to the person they are in other situations, for example, around your parents. Especially valuable if they are able to rapidly switch between the two. Janiform means something with two faces. Lagotic Gaser. 1. One that listens in on other people's conversations in order to gossip about them. Someone who seems to hear everything that is said or has a tendency to repeat everything they hear. 2. The go-to person when you wish to rapidly spread a juicy discovery about a frenemy. Lagotic refers to something having big ears like a hare. Labiomancing Pirate. A Lagotic Gaser gifted in the art of lip reading. Thus, the Labiomancer is a danger to your privacy if they can so much as see you. Cover your mouth while speaking. Labiomancing. The sort of social leper that you should never invite to a party due to an almost supernatural ability to depress even the irritatingly cheerful. Labiomancing is an extreme pathological mournfulness. Octad of fails. A person who fails so hard at life they do it in blocks of 8. A person who is impressively bad at something. living proof that it is possible to be worse at something than a dead monkey. An Octad is a set of 8 things. Pat, hello cat, yes I can hear you, and so can my microphone, so shush. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Don't mind me, you just be noisy for the microphone. Come on, settle down. Pack pucking puss buck. A tongue twister to scream when you're really cross, only to get crosser when you inevitably fail to scream it correctly. Tap dancing unicorn request. A demand passed down from somewhere in middle to upper management by a person who clearly has no real-world idea how things work. Like when a 6-year-old demands a tap dancing uniform at her birthday party, someone is going to have to let someone else down very gently. Backing up your work and giving your CV a quick spring clean might be a decent precaution. Trumpish. To act in such a way as to demonstrate a mind-bogglingly vast ego, inversely proportionate to any grasp of the facts at hand, while simultaneously demonstrating zero shame in casting any inconsistencies or logical objections as the work of divericate truthers. Almost certainly the moral equivalent of last week's zoo leavings, whose mutterings are military-grade brain rot. Any country that could elect a trouser stain of this magnitude to the top office of the land may be in danger of downgrading their international standing to below that of a tepid bog hog. Vented toilet air. 1. A person who is the social equivalent of a stale fart. 2. Empty promises. 3. Something old, unwanted, and unpleasant. I'm going to have to edit out all your meows, you realise that? You don't care, do you? Xenografted colleague. An unwanted team member on loan from another department or company, possibly due to nepotism, or because the donating department cannot wait to get rid of them. This person sticks out as being distinctly different from the other team members due to a mismatch of skills and thus finds it hard to look like they actually belong. They might make for a reasonable emergency pathicus. See also pathicus. A xenograft is tissue taken from one species and grafted to another. Yawn inducing shim. An irritating social leper who will insist on regaling you with the details of some product that he or she is trying to push on you, long past the point where you have made it clear that a large plank of wood to the head followed by a lengthy prison sentence is actually starting to seem like an attractive alternative to hearing their voice. Example usage. Since Simon joined that pyramid selling scheme, he has become a yawn-inducing shim. A shill is a confidence trickster who poses as a customer of a product or attempts to hide their affiliation with the product they are promoting. Zoo leavings. A person or thing not simply comparable to regular dung, but the entire combined output of a small zoo. Example usage. You, sir, are the moral equivalent of zoo leavings. Example usage. Do you have zoo leavings for brains? You left the handbrake off again. Example usage. I had my doubts. His story stank worse than last week's zoo leavings. I hope that you've enjoyed some of these example fictional invectives, words that can be used when swearing is desired but real swearing is not appropriate. If you're still watching at this stage, then you, sir or madam, are an absolute legend. Thank you for giving me the watch time. It doesn't do anything other than make me feel good because the channel's quite small, but thank you anyway. If you would care to follow me on other platforms, there are links in the description below. Once more, thank you for watching. I'm Matt. This was Nerdy Wordy. I will see you in the next video. Stay nerdy.